Hi all, how you doing? Hope you're okay under these crazy mad... How was that? Heard a weird noise there. Coronavirus funness that's going on at the moment. That isn't so fun. I'm doing a little video. Turn that light off. Got a bit of glare. Actually, there's a bit of a glare behind me. Just in case, just a bit of fun actually this is. Just to show the ins and outs of different brands of machines and how they work and how they pay out and so on. It's just a bit of fun, that's all this is. So I'm just going to show you a Special Reserve by JPM and another bit of a classic over here. Chances Unlimited by Barcrest. I'm going to show you the difference in technology. This is on MPU3. This would have been, I think, this is 1984 at a guess. I think I could be wrong with that. And the JPMs, if we just go back over here. The JPM, which is MPS tech, this was 1987. It's only a couple of years in it. And the other two over here, which I haven't got the backs off, Super Shot and Loop Shoot, which are 85. So I think one was 87 actually. One was 87, one was 85. I think this one was 87 and this was 85 because that's the upgrade to £4. That's the £3 one, which is the older one. So that would have originally been £3 payout jackpot, but this is the deluxe version. I would prefer the original £3 would be much better, but it's trying to get the replacement glass, which will be fun. So I won't be trying that anytime soon. I've just got these manometer lights working. That one wasn't working earlier on. This one still isn't working, even though I've replaced the bulbs. I've placed them, a few of them, and this is still not playing the game, so I don't know what's going on with that one. So, but anyway, it's just to show you a little quick video. This, like I say, this is JPM Special Reserve, 1987. I'll just show you inside it, and this is what it looks like inside. So you've got all the lamps up here and the lamp masks, which they all plug into. Then you've got the coin mechanisms. So this, these are Mars, made by Mars. Not the chocolate bar. That's crap, sorry. It's really awful. But what's wonderful about this design, it's just very easy to access and get the slots out. So if by clicking two little buttons here, there we go. There's your whole slot, mechanism comes out. Just like that. And this one is set up to take, if I get it in focus, I can't tap it because I'm holding the phone and this, but there we are. But as you can see, roughly blurry, but 10p, 20p, 50p and £1. This is set up on the old coins. It can be updated to take the new ones. But I've switched this one back to take the old 10p's and old 50p's because that's what it was originally on. They are usually quite straightforward to get back in again, but trying to do it with one hand isn't so clever. If I just hit a zoomy out thing. There we go. Right, so just get that back in. He says. Easy as that. Done. This again, JPM. I think they're absolutely fantastic. Let me get the light on again. No, it's making no difference. No difference at all. But what's brilliant about this technology is, and this design, it's just so easy to get to parts, replace bits. If you want to take the real decks out, ignore the glare if you can. I want to get the real decks out. You've got two little screws here, and that's just accessed by moving that, undoing the screws and getting the whole reel deck out, which is fantastic. So easy. And then to inspect either one of the three reels, you've got these little clips here. I don't know if you can see that with the glare. So you can see the two little black clips, but there's two more underneath there, and then the same four on the other side there. You just unclip those. So literally click open, click open, click open, click open 4 times, and they all separate. It's just fantastically designed. They just unplug, game over, that's it. Fantastic. To access the board, if I try, I wonder if I can get a flash on or a light on. No, forget it. Again, I should probably wheel this around the other way and get the light. Let me do that. 1 second, everyone. That's better. Look at that. Excuse me. That's not the virus, just to let you know. Right, there's the power supply. Again, really easy to access. You undo the door at the front. Well, basically on the same machine. Every machine's the same. This front door unfolds and the power supply will be there. Just take 2 little screws out and literally the whole thing comes out. Just take the earth off, and then you've got the power plugs at the back there, and the not power plugs, the plugs that power the machine. They again are these things that just unclip. Straightforward, very, very easy. To access the board, the MPS board, literally take that off there and obviously unplug all those. Very easy. The whole board comes out super, super easy. If you're wondering what this little add-on is here, this battery is usually soldered onto the board itself. But it's a bit of a common thing with these. The arse, pardon the expression, explodes on them. So all the acid and everything on the battery sort of spreads all over the board and destroys the board if it's not picked up in time, or if it's left in storage and so on. So everyone nowadays just fly wires, it's called, the battery off the board. Now I just put it in one of these little plastic tubs from the pound shop, and yeah, and that literally stops it exploding. And if it does explode, the acid will stay within that tub. That's what I do. On the other machines, I've got it kind of taped there, so it's all out of the way and tidy and neat. Don't know why I haven't got it on this one, but yes. So that's the MPS2, and that's what drives this. And this is the coin mech. Again, this sort of splits the coins into the certain relevant tubes. So you got 10p tube there, 50p tube, and I think the 20s drop down to here, and I think the pounds drop down here as well into the bottom of the machine, into a collection tray. And then you got these tokens, a token tube there, and then that's it. And these little holes here are where it reaches its maximum and overspills into the bottom. As we all know and love with machines, when you hear that little of coins, you know that the machine is full and it's ready to pay out, usually. So that's how that one works. Now I'm going to show you another machine, which I should have mentioned actually, which has this same coin mechanism in from exactly the same era, from 1986, and show you the completely different design. So if you remember all of that, how tidy and wonderful that looks. Right, to the disaster that I think is truly awful. This is Maygay. They did a machine which isn't working called Quick Shot. I'm trying to get this one up and going at the moment. The technology in this is absolutely horrific. The design is shocking, and it's from exactly the same time. So look at how these tubes are split. It's just quite messy. And then there's the tube there, and then they've added on this bit here. Yeah, it's a very, very strange design. Please ignore the state of the house, because like I say, it's still work in progress. but I just thought I'd show you the difference. This is Maygay. The board is here. Everything is attached. The reel deck, everything is attached to this. And to try and replace a motor, I have no idea how you do that. To even access this is just horrific. Just the design of this machine compared to the other two is absolutely appalling, I think. It looks a good machine, don't get me wrong, but it's just shocking. You got all these loose wires, it's just messy, really messy. And just to access certain things, you have to take everything out. And like the other machines where it's just like, oh, just take that up, done. This, you have to unbolt 3 things before you can get to a very basic section of the machine. It's very odd. And then on the front of this is the glass. And then I just don't know, that this is a very strange design. But behind this, you've got, you won't see it because the light's awful, pound symbols, so pound coin symbols. And here you've got, I think it's 50s and 10s. Why the transfer of those coins isn't on the actual glass itself, it isn't. There's a separate piece of glass that is behind this piece of glass with that on. as you do, really. So anyway, I'm not going to waste any more time on that one, but there's Maygay from exactly the same time, and it's quick shot. No, quick shot. And I think it's from 1986 from where I saw it. There we go. Yeah, 18th the 11th, 1986. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, the power supply, horrific. All these fuses down here, these little brackets and things just break and snap off the board. Awful. And then you've got 760,000 metal prongs sticking out for these to sort of plug into. I mean, it's just horrific. I mean, all of that. I've had to label it all up because I just don't even know what half of it is. But look how it's just awful. Awful. And just to show you the difference, there we go. Back onto the JPM. There's the coin separation bit, and there's the board, and those are the wires. They're just out, easy done. I mean, much less. Accessible, everything's accessible. Very, very, very easy. Brilliant design. Now we're going to go behind the Chances Unlimited, so a slightly different technology. Ignore my little makeshift collection tray thingy. This machine came without one. It usually get a separate, same kind of white plastic drop down for the overspill of tokens. There wasn't one with this one. So this is MPU3 technology. So there's the board. Now, fly wired battery there, as you can see. Power supply, or this is the power supply, and those obviously all the connections that are wiring up the back of this machine. This machine takes the old coins and have the old mechanisms in it, as you can see. Oh, there's a Mars. I've only just noticed that. One. Look at that. There's a Mars there. So that'll be set up to take. I need to refresh. 50s and £1. There we are. So the separate 20p. Why did they make that separate? Oh, sorry. Ignore me because I'm doing this at the same time I was talking. So that would have potentially, they could have flipped and had a payout mechanism for 20s. So it would have been separate. So, okay. So this is set up to take 10p's, the old 10p's and 10p tokens. And those are the solenoids that pay it out. Now, every machine has a solenoid in it of some description, mainly from the era. They're all like this, different colours. So the blue 10p, yellow is 50p, and I think the black from memory was £1, I think. So yeah. And how they work, I am assuming, because I've taken one apart recently, there's literally, it looks like it's just a gigantic magnet. So I'm assuming it just fires a pulse, which pulls back this block in and back out. So that pays the 10p out. So imagine it doing that, a pulse going to that. It just pulls that back and then pays out the relevant amount that you've won. So that's the MPU3 tech that is in Chances Unlimited. I'm going to get play one of these or some of these and get the little payouts, and you can show you what I mean when that happens. But yeah, so that's on old coins, and I'll show you the difference quickly over here. Right, so there's the MPU3 and there's the MPS JPM tech, and this, ignore the mess, like I say, it's a disaster zone at the moment. I've been cutting some wood today, not that you see, but over there we are. That's that long strip of skirting. That's what I've been doing, and some other bits as well. And so hence the dust. But anyway, this is the coin mech that's on older machines. You know, I've got some other machines that have this mech. And the only reason why I've got this mechanism out is just to show you how it works. This one I've adapted, so it's 50p, but I've adapted to take the new 50p's. You watch, it won't work. So there we go. Yep, that's over there somewhere. As soon as you saw it roll down there, and how you adjust what coin this takes, you just adjust from undoing those 2 screws and moving that bar up and down, and that you can then adjust what coin is accepted through that slot. Really easy, very clever, very simple. With the Mars, which is in the other machine, and this one, in fact, that's the slot that they had in the Barcrest. Similar, but a bit trickier. The coin completely drops down, so a certain section of a whole large section of that, I don't know how that works, to be honest with you. And the Mars, you have to reprogram. You can usually get a device that can do that. I haven't got one, or you can just send them away to someone that has that, and they can just reprogram those to take whatever coins you want, really. So if you want to take the old coins, just adjust them back, you can do that, or flip them to take the new coins, including the new pounds, and do that. Really easy, really straightforward. But if I just show you the difference between how accessible the boards are. So as you saw, unplug those, very straightforward. You know exactly where they go because there's only literally one of each size, so it really is so easy. And then that slides out. That board is completely free, and it will be in one of these. Okay, one of these. The board's not in this one because it's being repaired at the moment. So that's how you access and get that out of that machine. And with the Barcrests and the MPU3s, you undo a little winged nut back there. I'm sure you can see that wing nut back there. Undo that, and then that will come out. But you have to, if you've got the world's strongest hands, you can do it. If you haven't, then it's a pain. You've got these circular connections into the board itself, and to try and get one of those out is a right faff. Bearing in mind they had this technology and ran with it for quite some time. I mean, this, like I say, I think this is 84, 85, this machine. I mean, this one's 1981, and this is MPU2 tech, so it's the board prior. In that machine is MPU2, this is MPU3, so it has less connections, but still the same circular ones, and they are a right pain to get in and out. So to get them back in, it's okay, but to get them out is a right faff. But you can eventually get there through lots of wiggling, but it's just showing you the difference between connections. So wiggle, and eventually one will come out, eventually, but they are a real faff, and you've got to be careful, obviously, not to pull the wires too hard because you break the connections connecting to the pins behind that go. Not the pins, the actual the female version of the pins. Anyway, those. So, but yeah, that's how you get that board out. So it's a little bit more of a faff, but yeah, that's how you get that out. And like I say, I'm just going back and showing you the difference. And then you just literally, with these, much easier. This board can be out of this machine in 40 seconds, 30 seconds maximum. The Barcrest, 5, maybe a little longer, 5-10 minutes possibly, just depending on how stubborn those connections are, because they are a pain in the proverbial. So to access the board itself on either one, with the Barcrest, I've done it already. You've got 2 little screws, one there, and then you can access the board like that. So as you can see, that's where the battery would have been, but it's been fly wired out of that, and then but yeah, that's the MPU3 board. So the cartridge or the game will plug into there. And if I just close that down, as you can see, it'll plug into there, and that's your game. Same with the MPS JPM tech cartridge there, which would slot into there. But to access, this is the difference between accessing boards. That is how you do the Barcrest one. The JPM is literally 1 off, 2 off, 3, 4, board, which would be in there. That's how I think JPM win over design and accessibility to their machines. They are absolutely fantastic. But as few people do say, their power supplies are way over complicated. There's a lot more components in this power supply than there are in the Barcrest ones. In these you have a bunch of reefers, and if you leave these machines in storage for a little while, these little reefers tend to smoke or not explode, but yeah, they smoke, and the machine will still work, but you have to really take them out. So buy reefers. Let me just show you what they are. Here's some old ones that I've taken out of the machine, put them there. So as you can see, they're different sizes for different bits of the board. So yes, so inside one of those you could have one of those, and 2 of those. As he drops it on the floor. Not that it matters, because this one's broken. And what these do, and again, this is the difference between technology. Reefers, what they do inside this one, I've been told, in JPMs, if you have a power surge, internally within the machine, they kind of protect the boards and other parts of the machine from these surges. And that's what the reefers do in here. So they just block these surges of electricity that could potentially just ruin your board or ruin other sections of your machine, which you don't want to be happening. But a lot of people do with JPMs. You have power filters. Not sure if you can see that down there. Little silver thing just there. That is a power filter. They weren't usually supplied on these machines, but what we do as collectors, just to protect them anyway, is fit them. You can get them for as little as sort of £8-9, and you literally just whip them out, rip the old one out, put the new one in, and connect it. Job's done. Very straightforward. The difference, like I say, with this and the Barcrest, a lot less components and sturdier power supplies. To the extent that I know some people have never had anything go wrong with their power supplies in their Barcrest machines, saying that I probably will now, but that's them, that's it. And there's never been any issues, from what I've been told, with Barcrest power supplies. Very rare. So I did actually ask, there's plenty of forums for people like who love machines, and I did sort of put it out there, has anybody fitted one of these filters to any other machine other than the JPMs? And not one person replied, so they either hate me or they just haven't done that. So but yeah, so that's the difference between tech between JPM, Maygay and Barcrest. Right, I've just won 50p on the on the special reserve. Look, I got a full reserve, so let's see if it does a repeat. No! That's tight. See if I can do it again. Oh no. Right, got 90p. Ironically, this is a feature called Rock on that old Barcrest one over there. This is the feature, but this is just a little thing on there on JPM that just whacked on there. Quite funny. Yeah, anybody that, oh, hello. what can I get there? So there's another pair there. I don't even know where the other pair is. 2 bells there, and I don't think I'm going to get the other one. So I think it's going to be grapes, cherries. I take it. £1.30, so that'd be 2 50p's and 3 10p's. So there they are. Watch the solenoids go. Let's do that. So that's how that works, and pay that £1.30. Right, I'm just going to balance the camera here and just going to wang some tokens in so you can see how it how that works. Hopefully, he says. Can I balance it? Is this thing going to balance or not? One second. No, I can't do it. So let's try and do it this way. There we go, we've got some credits on the chances limited. Bear in mind this machine can be the world's tightest machine, so let's give it a go, see how we get on. Oh, we've got no sound. Why is that? Because a wire's come out. Duh. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, question mark. Don't know how that worked. There we go. So we've got 5 Super Series, and every spin is going to be a win. Let's see what we get. And let's watch the solenoids go on this one. Not sure what's coming out. I can't get to that one. Can I get to that one? Oh gosh. Getting that, so that's 20p. Plums. There we are. So that was a nice little win, and some payouts and solenoids in action. So you get the idea. Psychotic RTD2, as my friend Mark said, which is true. Really, the only thing that are going to get me there is, well, if I gamble it's going to be 10p, I know that, because it's just paid out. Oh, maybe not then. Right, let's just collect it anyway. We hit auto nudge, and what it would probably do would give me the 3, God, it's just not coming out, the 3 oranges, you see it? For 4 nudges, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. So hit the auto nudge button. Oh. There we are. Okay then. Fair enough. 30p. Watch it. Yeah. Just paid out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. It's 30 minutes of bit of fruit machine insight into Barcrest, chances unlimited, and Special Reserve from JPM, and Maygay Quick Shot. Thanks for watching all. Hopefully that was of some interest to people that have never ever seen inside a machine or how they work. So hopefully that's of some interest. Thanks for watching.